Okay, so right before that eclipse and them turning on CERN and everything, I said that they were using that moment to do their abomination of desolation ritual, and that it would fail. And then afterwards, it would be important for me to see what happened in my life. Be- and so let me just point out what happened. At this moment in time, I was able to actually shake one of them came up to me, reached out their hand, I shook their hand and was able to look them directly in the eye. And that was incredibly important for the things that I was taught, because my whole training to be the vessel for the Antichrist, like I've written a book about and talked about for decades, the training was really important. I'm really good at it. But in order to do that, I had to have physical contact and be able to look them straight in the eye. It is important because with remote viewing, I could now go back to that moment in time anytime I want and manipulate the energy that was involved with that whole situation. What I cast when I did it was, and I didn't even, it just happened. I wasn't even thinking about it. But all of the pain and the anguish and the torture, all of the fucking evil shit that they have inflicted on me my entire life, I was able to return to them with that one through the dark, because it will spread like a plague on their houses. And how interesting that it starts with the least of them, because who I dealt with was a little worker bee. But that's how it always begins, and you only need one. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about as far as energy manipulation and stuff like that goes, let me point out that the situation was a situation directed completely by heaven. And the energy of that situation was, there was an F4 tornado no more than a mile away from us. In fact, that's what drew us outside and brought us together. It was that energy that I'm able to use every time I go back to that moment in time because of my training. The group that I've dealt with likes fear. They like fear. They like torment. They do. They like it. And so now they get to experience it. And the interesting part about it is that this whole situation was blessed by heaven. And so this plague that's coming with them has the whole wrath of heaven. And I'm sure they're going to watch this video and they're going to laugh and they're going to make videos and they're going to comment. Their problem is not that I'm a servant to heaven and that I do what heaven wants. Their problem is that the darkness seems to do my bidding, which was the whole training of me becoming the vessel for the Antichrist. I don't know what anybody can expect, but I can send darkness to people. And if there's darkness inside of you, it's an open door. It'll just go right on in. The only way to stop it is if you have love in your heart. If you have love in your heart, the darkness can't touch you. But for right now, my task has been to expose all of this and to deal with it. And that situation that has the energy of an F4 tornado less than a mile away was brilliant. Heaven works in mysterious ways. And they can all laugh, but let me guarantee them, you won't be laughing for long. And the fun is just beginning.